spindle
levitating
fixture.
bearing,
Right.
and feet are also magnetically levitating.
Uh-huh.
So it's an all-black version. I thought I'd bring that in and
how
show
this
that
works.
off.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of sexy.
Is that
What's the
string
retail on
suspension?
There's
That's,
a
eight.
there's
It's
a
1,000
hole
more than the
uh-huh,
black and
in
silver
the
one.
in the
Okay.
tool.
Right.
And you'll measure the center, the rotational center of the bearing to the rotational center of the platter, which is pivot to spindle. Now this can be set accurately with this tool. That's usually really hard to do on most arms. You got to take a ruler, get directly over it. It's really hard to get a fixture. There's a couple tools available, you know, that will sit on here, and then you have to find the center of the center of the pivot, right, which can be hard on this model. The new ones, you can see there's a little indentation here to mark that in case you have that tool and want to use it. But this makes it easy. This is machined to a tight tolerance. You start with that.
Does that come with this?
It does.
Yeah,
It does
yeah.
actually. There's a box over there. All the tools that you'll need to set it up and adjust
Yeah,
it and
you should
everything come
photograph
with
the
this
box,
arm,
too.
which
The
kind of
box
makes
is
it
cool.
unique in that respect. You don't
Right.
have to. This does not come with it.
Right.
I consider this a necessity.
What is
Anyway.
this?
This is a Mint LP protractor. Gentleman, I believe he's in China. His name is Yip. He makes these per the pivot to spindle and effective length for your particular tone arm. So if you have a triplanar or a reed or whatever it is, you can order this for him, and he will. It's precisely laser. I don't know how. I'm sure it's photo etched somehow, but it's mirrored. And these alignment strips, you use the reflection of them in the mirror to make sure that you're looking at the stylus properly, and there's no offset. It's very difficult to make sure that you're straight, looking at the lines. So that I'll show you when I get it lined up.
What's the wood?
The wood.
The
It
arm.
is a species of rosewood
Oh.
on this arm. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is make sure that the stylus is touching the arc throughout its travel. Once we have that established, we're going to go to these null points. These are 2 points on the arc where the tangent to the record groove is perfect. Since it's a pivoted arm, there's only going to be 2 possible perfect points, okay? And those are marked here.
And you're doing your azimuth as you go along, or
That's one of the last things
the
we
last
do.
thing you do?
Okay, but azimuth, this arm, this is a patented system here where you can do it on the fly while you're listening. Now, anybody's played with azimuth, you realize how important it is. I never realized how important it was till I could change it while I was listening. It's one of them, they're all important. They're all
Right.
interrelated parameters, but this is one of the last things you do. Anyway. I'm going to make sure.
Yeah, because
Our
even on a
stylus is-
triplanar, you can't really do it while you're playing.
And once we've established that, once we get it to trace the arc, then we'll look at the null points. Now the null points, there's an important, it's important to have 2. It's important to have 2 null points because if our pivot to spindle is wrong, the null points both will not line up. You'll be able to make one right, and the other one won't be quite right. So you're kind of checking all of the geometry by using both null points. And unless you've heard...
But I don't understand what the additional thing is. If you've done it on both portions of the line, you have that right?
Well, he was checking the arc, right?
You check the arc. Now it's possible...
You might have changed it, though.
Yeah, it will. It will change.
It's possible, and this is where the art comes in.
Yeah.
It's possible to disturb one of the parameters while
Right.
you're
While
adjusting
you're
another
adjusting
one.
the
Yeah.
other one, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you want to kind of go back. It's like,
Yeah, I know. You just
it's
get it closer
kind
and
of a bad
closer.
analogy, but if you take a string and throw it on the floor
Right.
and try to make a circle out of it,
Yeah.
you got to keep going back.
Go
It's
back,
kind of
yeah.
like that.
Right.
Yeah. Now, I'm not checking weight because I had this guy set up last night and then I took off the cartridge, so I know the weights are about where they need to be. You don't want to obviously go too heavy. You know, you might cause some damage. Sometimes I get this right away, sometimes it takes a while. I hope you got plenty of storage on your camera.